This is the Voice of Land on the Big Play Network with your hosts, Kevin Arnold and Jay Banky. A big trade in the NBA before the trade deadline. Koby Altman said, screw wait until Thursday. I might as well. The Indiana Pacers are in town. We've been rumored to like Caris LeVert from the Indiana Pacers. Why not just do the deal? These guys are in town. Why not just do it face to face? Have the guy walk into the building and awkwardly walk in as Joe Vardon, the Athletic, was kind of describing. He walks in and he goes into the Pacers locker room to kind of say his goodbyes or whatever. And he's talking on the phone to Koby Altman, who's in the building. And then, in a little while, he's probably going to walk at the end of the game. He'll walk 150 feet to the Cavs locker room. It's a guy that they need. It's another guard for this team. Jay, Koby Altman again showing why he is the first general manager that Dan Gilbert and this front office has trusted to give an extension to and even give a promotion to this team. Just your thoughts on this trade and what it can do for the team going forward, even though they're not playing well tonight necessarily.
Well, they're coming back slowly but surely. It's still early, but love the trade. Like you said to me earlier, the guy can create his own shots. When you got bad offense, you got a guy who can make a bucket. And can we just give him the GM of the year now? Like, can we award him this now? Because holy crap, is this guy on fire, man. Koby Altman, just, if I had a hat, hats off to you, my friend. Hell of a trade day. They gave up nothing. They're like, all right, here's some chips and a soda. Can we have that guy who scored 42 points on Friday? Sure, thanks. Appreciate it, buddy. Man, what a hell of a trade. What do you think, Peter?
I'm all for it. I think this is one of those, it's a strange season, I think, because there wasn't a lot of expectations for the Cavs coming into the season. And the fact that I think we're sitting right now tied for fourth in the East.
And it's only like a game and a half, 2 games out of first.
Yeah, we're right there. It's so not
every day. It's like
top.
We're in second, third, or fourth. We're always bounced around right now.
Yeah, and the fact that they're being aggressive. We've had some injuries, but being aggressive and bringing in people that are going to help, boost us up. I mean, I'm excited for playoffs. And I'm not a huge basketball fan. You guys know that.
At the beginning of the year, we were like, do you think they can make the play-in?
Right.
Now we're like, we need home court advantage.
Well,
we're trying for the number one seed.
They're slated to win maybe 27 games the whole season was I think what Vegas had odds on. And now it's like we don't know how far they're going to go. And it's exciting, and it is a long season. And that's the one bad thing I feel is the bad thing about basketball, especially when we had LeBron here. It seemed like the regular season, it almost didn't matter. Like, it really felt like it didn't matter because you were certain with LeBron on the team, you were going to be in the playoffs, and then everything would come together. And, some years it really didn't. Like, they just really didn't gel as well as they should have. And I don't know if it's because they were just kind of like lackadaisical the whole season, just knowing they were going to, get into the playoffs and they could, shine then.
The huge difference, like, if that team, they lost LeBron, they were done. This team, they've lost Sexton. We've had Garland out for time. We've had Mobley out for time. How many other guys? Okoro out for time. We just overcome all this stuff, and we're just exceeding so many expectations. I'm so proud of this team, what they've done this year. And I mean, Cavs put the East on notice. Let it be known they're coming for everybody this year.
Definitely.
They did. They really put the East on notice that, hey, yeah, we might be a year ahead, but why not go ahead and make this move now? And you don't give up that much. You give up an expiring contract, and I know everybody's kind of already making the side jokes of, yeah, like you give up Ricky Rubio when he's healthy, he'd come back because – guess what? When you're on an expiring contract, the Zydrunas Ilgauskas rule that the Cavs forced the NBA to put in doesn't apply here when you're on an expiring contract. You can go back to that team.
So they made a rule about us, and then we just found a way right around it.
You found a loophole.
I love it. I love it.
I mean, but if Rubio wants to come back here, he will. That's just the thing. That's kind of the relationship that was built. And you need a guy like Caris LeVert with Garland out. The Indiana Pacers while the Cavs are, coming back in this game, down 9, I think they were down 16 or 17 at one point right in the first quarter. You need a guy that can go get you a bucket when your offense is stagnant, when it's basically it feels like there's a lid on the rim. And listening on the drive in to the first quarter, it literally sounded like someone just, welded on some sort of lid to that rim. You need a guy like that. And when Garland's not there, all the Pacers are doing, they're pressuring a guy like Goodwin. Young point guard, yes, he's had a journey to get to the NBA. It's been his dream. He's an unsung hero, but teams start to see weaknesses, and when you don't have that great of a ball handler and shooter and you can get up in their face and all you're really doing is scoring in the paint with your big guys, if you put pressure on the ball, that makes it much more difficult to get the pass off. And now you can't get the ball to your big guys. Yes, Mobley can play on the wing a little bit, so he can kind of play from there, but you like to see him down low. You like to see him get in a rhythm first down low. And when you can't get your young guy in a rhythm, you can't get Jared Allen in a rhythm coming off a 29 and 22, a 2020 game, a career high in points the other night in Charlotte. Refereeing again,
Guy
Peter,
should be an all-star.
He should be an all-star, and it could be a replacement. I know he's among the 3 that are being talked about by the commissioner.
It's going to be LaMelo. I'll bet you money it's
know.
going to be him.
I know, because they want the draw.
Name,
they want the name. They want...
Even though it's in Cleveland, it'll be Bello.
I know.
LaMelo.
But... it was good to see that Darius Garland got it, and we can talk about that.
Congratulations to him.
We can talk about that in a little bit as well. His back injury concerns me. Again, right now, the focus is what Kobe Altman in this front office was able to do. And they gave up next year's or 2022's lottery-protected first-round pick. So, you make the playoffs, you're already out of the lottery anyways. And there's really not deep draft classes in the NBA. You're looking at lottery talent and really, top 5, top 6 most times, sometimes now. It's not, can you find that diamond in the rough? Well, he said, I'm going to get a 27-year-old. Already got the experience in the league. This is the type of guy you would get coming out of college in that range that you're giving up your pick for. Why not get the seasoned player to now help you who you can also offer a contract extension to now. So
and he wants to stay, rumor has it. He wants to sign one here.
Right, because
he's a young, winning team, man.
And remember, him, just like Jared Allen, was all part of that James Harden deal. To get James Harden to the Nets.
We could say Kobe Altman won the Harden deal.
Yeah, because now you got Karis LeVert and Jared Allen from Brooklyn on this team when they were kind of it seemed like a young team that was starting to find their way, and then they blew it all up for their own big 3 in Brooklyn. And
how's that going for him?
Not great, because there's already talk of James Harden moving on again.
And then Kyrie can't even play at home, so.
No, and not going down that
Durant, he's hurt all the time.
Right.
Yeah, the Nets, everyone thinks they're going to be the team that comes out of the East. I have no fear of them whatsoever.
Yeah.
I see what that happens to those guys every year at the end of the year. They all break down.
Now, it's still going to be as much fun as it is to talk about this team could go to the Eastern Conference Finals and make a run. Like, that is what they're trying to do. That is their intention, because they said that we wanted to rebuild this to be contenders again. That is what they're trying to do. And I appreciate a team when they see a window open, even if it opens early, going for it when you don't have to give up a lot either. There's a few like ancillary picks and things. The biggest piece is probably for Indiana, it's the expiring contract they can get off their books. For the Cavs, the biggest piece that they're losing is a first-round pick next year. But we saw when they were going for the championship before, they didn't care about those. When you have a chance, the draft picks in the NBA are much less vital than even in the NFL. So it's a good move. I just temper expectations to keep everything in perspective. It's a young team that, they're still dealing with some injuries, and when the lights get brightest, they're still going to have to learn how to win on that stage. I don't have any fears that they won't be able to, and they're just going to completely, miss the mark in the playoffs. But they're going to need to go through those trials and tribulations. They're used to just kind of preparing one game at a time. You don't get a lot of film. You're basically watching your own film. You're not watching film and being able to prepare, make adjustments for the same team the very next night. In rare occasions, you get that now on the NBA schedule, but you don't really get that playoff experience until you're there. That's what this team desperately needs. You get a little playoff experience, you start to go on a run in the playoffs, then the doors start to open wide.
Well, that's what I love about this situation there. Worst case scenario, you get a bunch of playoff experience. Best case scenario, you win a championship. Like, that's where they're at. And they were just, like I said, we were trying to fight for the play-in at the beginning of the year. Here we are trying to get home court advantage. I love this. One thing I love about this deal, too, you said how Garland, with his health, is he no longer has to play all those long minutes. He can take a night off here and there now and just get ready for the playoff run and get healthy and get his back right. And I think do you think they pull off another trade?
That's the thing. I was going to ask you guys, and we'll ask everybody tuning in as well. You know, good trade tonight. I've seen a lot of positivity. There's only been a couple people kind of saying, well, Caris LeVert does it on his own. It's not in this system where it's kind of fun basketball. Everybody's involved and could be a different guy every night. When guys get into an atmosphere, if the culture's strong enough, the guys will buy in, and that game will still transfer. So we got to see how that works. But on paper, it looks good. We know in Cleveland not to look on paper. But for everybody tuning in, and Jay, yourself, and I'll go first because you asked me, I'll ask to our fans the same question. Do you think they can make another trade, and what are they missing? To me, they're missing three-point shooting because you have all these big guys, and without Lauri Markkanen in there, a big guy that can stretch it out. Evan Mobley has not developed his three-point shot or outside shooting consistently just yet. You don't have enough guys spreading it out on the wing because the NBA is still an open floor game. And you're going to have guys spread along the three-point line, and you need a little bit more room for Garland to operate as he drives in and get those lobs more, start to get those going more with Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. You need space, and if you have three-point shooters, that forces the space because a guy that's defending your great three-point shooter or shooters, they have to stay at least 3 to 5 feet away. They can't come and help all the time. So that puts more pressure on other teams' defenses. Jay, what about you?
You summed it pretty much up right there. You need three-point shooting, man. It opens everything up. What did LeBron want all the time? A three-point shooter.
What is he not having with the Lakers?
I mean, they got Russell Westbrook. Doesn't he shoot threes great? Oh,
no,
he
doesn't
builds shoot anything good.
No, I mean,
Lakers,
DP Construction might want to hit him up because he's building some.
Oh, he can lay a lot of bricks. Let me tell you right now.
A lot of concrete heavy bricks on.
He's quite the enemy of Wreck-It Ralph, if you know the cartoon.
Yeah, yes.
But I lost my train of thought. The shooting. Yeah, you totally need shooting. I like Eric Gordon. I think you can get him for cheap. I don't know what you got to give up. I mean, Kobe Altman apparently can give up nothing and get great players. So
yeah, he's kind of fleeced a lot of people at this point and not given up a lot. You're I don't know what's left in the cupboard to get rid of that you don't have to give up any piece of the core or a potential piece of the core. I know that they still want Colin Sexton here, and if he has a chance to play in the playoffs, they would love for that, and they would love to extend him here. They would love to extend Caris LeVert. I mean, I don't know what you can give up. That's why I'm not being paid to run the front office elements and being the president of basketball operations for the Cavs because I don't have to make those decisions. But if you can find a way somehow, some way, even if it's like a very minor deal, not one of the bigger names we've talked about, you're only going to get one of those bigger names, the Caris LeVert, like a Buddy Hield or something like that, because you had to give up multiple pieces. If you can get a minor piece, and if Eric Gordon is affordable as a minor piece, a guy that can shoot the ball and showed he could shoot it in Houston, again, another piece that they make a move like that, you really know they're going for it, and it just helps the young guys a little bit more, gives a little bit more veteran leadership to this team. It's 3-point shooting because we know that they've shown now that they can play defense. They can stay in games by playing defense. They can't shoot the outside shot consistently enough, and that's how teams,
especially when Garland's out. And that's how teams extend leads like the Pacers are tonight on them, and that's how teams get back on them like Charlotte did the other night. That's how they come back so quickly. Austin Carr, Mr. Cavalier, I'll end up saying this. He says it best all the time. He never feels comfortable with a lead because now of how important the three-point shot is in the NBA, and that is how vital that change and what the impact a guy like Steph Curry has had on the NBA, that is how huge. It seems small, but you always fear your lead now. I mean, you can go on a 9-0 run in like 30 seconds. It's incredible what these guys do.
Well, was that the Charlotte game where they were up by 6 and then Charlotte dropped three straight threes, and then the Cavs
And then
were,
and a phantom
Well,
foul.
And they were down 6 because of ball was out of. I'm not even gonna go back to the.
I'm just saying,
yeah.
But
But-
the 3-point shot. I mean, it just gets you back so much faster.
But that 6-point lead quickly, in like 2 minutes or less, went from a 6-point lead to a 3-point deficit because of those 3 straight threes, like you said.
Yeah.
And
Hold on. Just teed you up. You got 3 free throws in the shot.
oh,
Just letting you know.
but the basket I just missed. That was
No, it's
out of-
okay.
It went
It's
in.
fine.
It didn't go
Doesn't
in.
matter.
Okay. All right.
We do what I
right.
say, and that's how it goes.
All right. Well,
Don't do it again, audio, or I'll give him another 3 free throws.